Hello, friends, and you are our friends. Welcome to On Top of the World. As always, I'm Joshua Hadley. This week, we're joined by our friend Ian, who's gonna review the Royal Ramble with us.
Royal Rumble.
And as always, hosted by the man of the hour, the man with the power, the sweet to be sour, the woman's pet, the man's who get that down, and he still don't know what's coming yet.
Hi, I'm Justin. That's Josh, and also Ian's here, as mentioned. Yeah.
Finally, I've been looking forward to this.
Yes, he's the guy who did the artwork for the show.
And Ian is also our first repeat guest. We can't
Yes.
forget that.
Oh,
Yes.
I didn't know that.
He was on for last year's Rumble, and now this one. First time we got it. We almost had one before, but then timing got messed up.
Yeah.
Well, I'm honored.
And for all the wrestling, we could blame Vince McMahon for that.
Yeah.
First off, let's start off. Did you watch the Jay Briscoe show? Oh, the Jay Briscoe Celebration of Life. Ian?
I tried to skip around as quick as I could to get familiar with it.
I didn't watch the whole thing. I watched. Actually, I'm gonna watch the whole thing, but I watched up until after the Christopher Daniels match. I was actually watching before the podcast. Just I would have watched the whole thing, but I wanted to wake up early for this show.
Yeah, I woke up at 8 o'clock so I could take notes on the Royal Rumble. And I've been taking notes for the last 3 hours.
I didn't take any notes. All I remember is Wildfire Tommy Rich wasn't there for some reason.
Bro.
Yeah, inside job.
No Santina Morella.
I'll just say about the Jay Briscoe Celebration of Life. At first, I did think it was weird they're breaking kayfabe on a Ring of Honor show, but I think it's necessary considering a lot of people thought lowly of Briscoe because he did that tweet.
Right.
And I think it was necessary to talk about what kind of person he really was.
Yeah, I agree with that. You don't like to be bitter after somebody dies, but it sure would have been nice if anybody other than Matt Hardy would have said these things before he died,
Yeah.
Shout out to Matt Hardy, though.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we don't really talk to people this way until they passed. On the Wrestling Observer, when someone passes away, then we'll get their whole career on there. But until that happens, no one even knows who they are sometimes.
Yeah.
And yeah, it would have been great if all this was said and Briscoe was able to be on TNT and TBS, but I would have rather he hadn't died to begin with, but
yeah,
that's how it goes.
Well, of everybody, I feel like the Briscoes, the whole family, are the people that are taking this the least emotionally. Those true believer types, they handle death well. They all genuinely believe Jay is in the kingdom of heaven in the next life, and if those are your beliefs, more power to you. And obviously, it's bringing him great comfort, and I enjoy that.
Yeah, I'm not a Christian or anything, but we have to just accept death. Some people remember Dr. Jerry Graham when his mom died. There was a story that he jumped on her body when they were taking her away. Vince McMahon's favorite pro wrestler.
I do not remember that story now.
I know Gopher does. He'll come up on the trivia and he'll pretend not to know any pro wrestling, and then he'll answer all the questions correct.
I got 3 wrong.
I feel like I was about to say. I feel like he gets the ones wrong just to make it seem like he's not as much of a smart as he is.
Right.
Protect his image.
Protect his image.
Yep, he's keeping the kayfabe. That's what he's doing.
Hell yeah.
Protecting the gimmick. I want to talk about the Royal. I want to talk the Royal Rumble as the main event. The last thing we do. You guys have been playing Halo. How have you been streaming that, or you just have been playing it together offline? I mean, off stream.
Both. It's been some
some of
streams
both.
and some just hanging out.
How do you like the new Halo game? Like, last game I played was 4, and I didn't like the online because in that game, whenever you actually are aiming at someone, you can see their name, so it's hard to like sneak around. I felt.
I
How do you,
enjoy it. The only issue, for because usually it's just four or less of us, which is good.
mm-hmm.
But once we have like 5 or more people, we can't do Fiesta mode, and like we have to be put into like a random mode with a lot of people, which leads to like capture the flag and shit that I don't like.
You don't
Yeah.
want to capture the flag?
No, not at all.
Yeah,
I don't
like the
either.
Team Slayer.
But I do like Oddball.
I like Fiesta, but like there's only Fiesta for 4 people or 4 people, I guess. But then like also like apparently we can't choose a specific game type when we have more than 4 people. Like we just have to go into a playlist or whatever and have them randomly pick.
So
Which
it sounds like you're saying they made the game worse from when it was 4.
Well, for more than 4-on-4 matches, yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that, but also I think it's a lot better than 4. I hated Halo 4.
Mm.
We all know we all know 2 is the best.
I think
It's
Halo
probably
3 was the best, but
yeah, I'm just clowning. 3 was the best.
I think it's very similar to Halo 3 in terms of 4-on-4 Slayer. It's a good game.
Yeah, it's fun.
Man, I remember playing. I forget which Halo game where you're going over using a tank. I think it was 2, and going across the bridge. Maybe 3, and like you gotta fight the aliens for a while. And I got to the tunnel, and my friend was telling me you gotta get out and walk in, and I was like, I'm driving the tank through the tunnel, and he's like, there's no freaking way you're doing that. And just calling me an idiot and whatever, and I actually did it, and he was so amazed by that. I don't know if you could actually do that in the remastered version. I think they fixed that. Halo.
Halo.
Let's see. Was there anything else you guys wanted to talk about besides the Rumble? Because I think we're ready to get into it.
Yeah, I think we're good to go for the Rumble.
Yeah.
Alright, so before we start the Rumble, Gopher, why don't you tell us everything Gopher and Tuck has been up to, what's coming up, what's going on YouTube?
Not much in the way of updates from last week, considering we're recording this like 3 days after we recorded last week's.
Yeah. And I'll say because of that, I haven't started Fire Emblem yet in my recording, but I will when I get it in the mail.
Yes. So Moose will be doing that. He'll be streaming that Fire Emblem fucking Colgate edition, and
hell yeah.
I'll just we should be finishing up. Well, we should we might have already finished Dark Souls 3 with Gopher and Juck by the time this episode comes out. It'll be probably 1 or 2 more streams, so that would have been the one we just did on Tuesday or the one on next Tuesday. Pokemon Sun, High on Life, Little Nightmares, all that's happening on YouTube.
Man, I saw a video that, Tuck, I think the police simulator thing, I saw that, and I got to watch that, probably do that today.
Yeah.
Then I got to continue High on Life.
And save 10% on W Energy link.
Gopher Tuck is sponsored now.
Yeah, there. Boom.
By W Energy. I very much enjoy their stuff.
You enjoy their powders?
Yeah, I enjoy the powders, not their cheap
not their cup.
Yeah, not their
cups.
cheap cups.
Yeah. So www.w.gg. If you go to that site, you can use the discount code GopherTuck to get 10% off, or you could use the link in the description on YouTube and Spotify.
Yeah.
I very much enjoy it. I actually prefer it over energy drinks. I feel like because I mix it with water, it goes down a lot easier and it tastes better too. There you go. And
and you could trust Moose on that because he openly shit on the bottle being cheap. So like he's not gonna lie about it.
Yeah. If it was crap product, I wouldn't endorse it.
Yes, like the bottle.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm gonna be streaming Fire Emblem. I'm Iglook on Twitch. It'll be easier just to join one of the Discord servers. I'll share if I am doing this stream, or if I'm not doing this stream. So I will post something saying to what I'm doing, if it's happening or not, or you can follow. I will post on Twitter if the link to the stream if I'm doing it. But if you want to know if it's happening or not, you gotta be on Discord. There's I'm on the Gopher and Tuck Discord, and I have my own Club Kotzebue. Maybe one day they will join together, either if they make a baby or if they become one. Who knows?
Yes, possible.
Interesting.
Mm.
Need science to look into that.
Nah.
Yeah. I imagine they look into Discord server babies. Well, we'll have to figure out which one is the male and female, wouldn't we? Or are we just assuming? We're just assuming genders, I suppose, at this point.
Yeah.
I would
Maybe they adopt.
Yeah, and Ian, do you want to advertise your social medias, or do you want people just to leave you the hell alone?
Mostly that.
Hell yeah! All right, so this was which Rumble was this? The 6th, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Let's go with that.
They don't number the Rumbles like that.
Nah.
I'm going to Wikipedia. This 36. This was the 36th Royal Rumble.
36th Royal Rumble.
And I remember, they said Miz was in 18 of them or something.
Man, quite a few.
I don't think it's 18, but I think it's 14.
Yeah.
Well, one time they did the greatest or the most amazing Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia, so there was 2 in 1 year.
That's true.
Yeah.
Alright, so we started. Well, pre-show was them bullshitting.
There was no matches or anything. I didn't really pay attention to it.
I did not watch the pre-show this year.
It had your favorite wrestler, Booker T. He was talking to Jerry the King Lawler, and there was 3 other people that I didn't know were there.
I think Peter Rosenberg was there.
Yeah, I think that's the bald dude. And then the one lady.
Who?
That's her WWE name, the one lady.
The blonde one?
Kayla Braxton or something like that?
Oh, yeah. Kayla Braxton, okay.
Yeah.
Wait, her ring name's not the one lady?
Not anymore.
No, that is her ring name. She just doesn't wrestle.
Anyway, the show begins, and number 1 is the Nazi, or the gimmick Nazi, Gunther.
Gunther came out number 1, also as the men's Royal Rumble started the show. And Gunther came out with Sheamus at number 1 and 2.
No, he didn't come out with Sheamus. Sheamus came out after him. What's wrong with you?
They started the match together at numbers 1 and 2.
I could not understand why this was going on first. And then, stream of consciousness happened. And at the end, I totally understood, but...
Yeah.
So, we all know Sheamus and Gunther had that match in Europe, and it was well received, so this is probably why this happened. They lasted a long time in the match.
Gunther, I think, set the record for the longest participant in the Rumble. He was the first...
Even longer than Rey Mysterio? He hasn't even been eliminated yet.
You're right.
But we'll get to that. Number 3 was The Miz, who'd been in a million Royal Rumbles.
Yes.
He was in many. He was, I think, the first one eliminated.
He was?
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
So, 2 notes on this. My brother's girlfriend watched the show with the family. She's never watched wrestling before. The only spot in the entire show that she genuinely enjoyed was when Sheamus chased the Miz around the ring. The only spot.
Remind me of the 92 Rumble when Ric Flair was being chased around.
Yeah. Later on I caught on to it, but this was the start of very obvious pandering to the hardcore fan by Triple H. Because they just let people beat the fuck out of Miz.
Yeah, Gunther hit him with fucking 3 chops super quick.
I thought I thought they were kind of like trying to play homage to Flair because he came out with that 3 and everyone was beating up on this. Kind of like what happened to Rick, but I think Rick got more offense.
Does Miz still do the figure 4, or is that gimmick over?
I don't know.
He hasn't been on main event, so I haven't seen him.
Well, there you go.
Actually, last time I was watching WWE, the storyline on main event was Ron Killings wanted to tag team with Shelton Benjamin, but Shelton thought, saying, Ron, you're a clown. We can't be a team. Like, you can't be serious. But I didn't, continue watching main event to see the ending to the storyline. They weren't even on the show.
No, there's a lot of people who are not on the show. Unfortunately for our pal Madcap Moss, shout out to Madcap Moss.
Yeah, shout out to Madcap.
They showed his face on the graphic as far as the people that were in this Rumble, and then he was not in the Rumble.
He was not. But somebody who was, number 4, Kofi Kingston, who ended up getting eliminated because they accidentally botched the Kofi spot.
Which was awarded as half a point in the prediction league.
There you go. Although I hope he's okay. I haven't seen anything yet about it because it looked rough.
I thought it was fine till the part where he turned around, the back of his head could have hit the announce table.
Yeah. He was just sort of laying there, not really moving. So I hope he's okay.
Yep.
I haven't heard anything bad, I guess, so that's a good sign.
It looked like he hit his head.
Yeah.
Poor
Unfortunate. But, he lasted 15 minutes, though. So
I will point out that this is the second year in a row that Kofi has botched the Kofi spot.
Yeah.
Yes.
And maybe he should retire it.
Yeah, maybe get a little up there in age.
He has to, that's the new gimmick. He has to, try the Kofi spot, but fucks it up.
That sounds dangerous.
Well, man, WWE has a contract, so a lot of money. It's not
can't argue with that.
Can't argue with that. I like that you said the thing.
Said the thing.
Next up was Mr. Sameface.
Hey, Johnny Gargano.
Yeah,
number 5.
They changed his theme. I don't know why. Because it's the same lyrics. It's just now it's a masculine voice, or I guess slightly more masculine voice than the one before. And I don't understand it. Did they think that was why he wasn't getting over? Was the female voice? Because I liked his theme.
I'm just gonna say what you said reminds me of. I like to imagine Roderick Strong's theme from Ring of Honor, "A Victim with Target," sung by Richard Cheese. I was wondered, I thought that'd be a fun song for him to do. Honestly.
It's now occurring to me that I have not seen Rod Dogg in a while. I'd like to see him on the TV.
Hopefully, main event's WrestleMania against Rockstar Spud.
True. Number 6 was the second New Day member. Well,
Consequences Creed.
Only Big E's still injured, but yeah, Consequences Creed. Xavier Woods came in at number 6.
Former TNA World Tag Team Champion.
Yes, as you pointed out while we were watching.
How did the call go?
It went.
Oh. I've never watched the Royal Rumble with you guys, with any of you. And I've always been interested how those calls go.
Yeah, we had quite a bit of people for that one.
I remember I had to turn Rob Siren listeners to 200.
Yeah, his microphone was really quiet.
Consequences Creed came out. Former TNA World Tag Team Champion. That's about as much as I remember him being in the match.
He did the butt slap thing with Kofi.
Oh yeah, a little butt bump.
You had to remind me.
I do actually have that in my notes. I was gonna say I don't. No, it's there.
Yeah, right there.
The wheelbarrow butt slapper, as Michael Cole called.
Commentary was fucking wild for this show.
Yeah. In both good ways and bad ways.
That reminds me, I was getting pissed off at how long it took for the show to start because they had Pat McAfee come out and they were bullshitting. And I was like, why don't they fucking start the show? And they're like, we gotta wait for Ian. So I said, fine, WWE, thanks for fucking stalling for our friend to come in who was watching with his family anyway.
Which I do every year, I'll point out. I thought we would start with that. What a weird way to start a Royal Rumble, an 8-minute entrance for Pat McAfee. Like, I like Pat as an announcer. I liked him more than when he was actually watching the show every week. But, 8-minute entrance. That's,
Well, waiting like a decade, they're gonna do like a 10-minute entrance when Jerry's like 80.
Was that an homage
Like
to The Undertaker?
Let's see, next up was
Karrion
Killer
Kross.
Who's Karrion?
The guy who
Is
came out.
is that
Well,
Killer's brother?
he needed somebody to carry him.
Oh, it was Brand. I don't remember if it was Brandon. It might have been Brandon. Might have been TJ who pointed out that he just looks like any mid card big guy from like 2000s WWE now with the hair.
Yeah, he's got to shave his head.
Yeah, got like a Mark Jindrak kind of thing.
I know you're not going to hear this, Carrion. I know you're not. But if you do, you got to shave your head, bud.
Gotta shave it. Hair ain't working.
No, you don't shave it, Karrion. Don't listen to these guys. You gotta do a storyline. Then you gotta you gotta get in a feud, and it ends up being a hair versus hair match. Like, don't just shave it off.
Yeah, you got to do a hair match.
Yeah.
Somebody on Reddit called Karrion Kross a better version of Heidenreich, and I didn't see, and I read it. And I thought, come on, no, that's cruel to Karrion Kross. The more I think about it, the more I think it's dead on. That the only difference between Karrion Kross and John Heidenreich is that Karrion Kross married Scarlett.
So we're gonna see Karrion Killer Kross one of these weeks, kidnap Michael Cole and take him into the shower.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm for it. Giant Gonzalez was the best. In kayfabe, he attacked the Undertaker. If you know what I'm saying.
So we did a prediction thing for this, which we'll get to at some point.
Oh yeah.
But Ian did graphics for it, and for the graphics, for each person, he just assigned a random number from one of the two rumbles, and whatever entrant that was, that person got that wrestler as their sort of their graphic picture to go with the thing, just for this show. And I was assigned number 8 in the first Royal Rumble of the night, and that's the next person who came out, Chad Gable.
Shorty Gable, your favorite wrestler.
He is good. I like him.
Yeah,
it's the worst fucking gimmick. I hate it.
Wow.
He goes into the ring. He starts. He'll hit someone and he'll fucking shush them.
Moose, you know what you need to do right now? You know what you need to do?
I'm gonna say he's like the worst version of Peter Avalon. Like, Peter Avalon did this gimmick better.
Come on, he's wrestling Vicky Guerrero. He's not Peter Avalon. That's an insult to Gable. He's no librarian. I do have a note on this.
Yeah.
Chad Gable and Xavier Woods broke out into an amateur wrestling match. Yeah. Because it was wrestling, and the only interesting thing happening, Kevin Dunn moved the camera off of it.
Fucking Kevin Dunn.
Can't have that wrestling.
No.
You gotta suck on your teeth and chomp.
Can't have that wrestling. That's how the fans don't want to see that. Wrestling in the World Wrestling Entertainment.
There we go.
Nailed it. It was shortly after that Kofi botched his Kofi spot, because I have it in that order in my notes.
Yes. Unfortunate.
He's Jamaican me crazy.
Yeah. Number 9 was Drew McIntyre.
Former TNA World Heavyweight Champion.
Correct.
Stud. Have you guys heard the Minoru Suzuki interview about wrestling, where he says that nobody understands wrestling because what makes people interesting is when they have a flaw? So if somebody's too perfect at everything that nobody cares about him, that's what Drew suffers from. He's too perfect. Because he's great. He's great at everything. He's a great athlete. He's huge. He's a handsome fella, and he's, by all accounts, an extremely nice fella.
Here's the thing: you could get it doesn't matter if he had good booking. People would be interested in him.
Well, people are interested in him.
Yeah.
He just can't be like
I
world
think he'd
champion.
be a bigger star if if it was a better product, smarter people. Well, not I hate to say smarter people. I'll say like Vince McMahon, he made the evil empire, but I think we could all agree, WWE's very today. I don't think it's always the talent's fault that they don't get over. Like, I think Vince Russo could have done a better job in TNA.
Drew was getting really over, and then they gave him a sword.
Way to go, bud. You went out on a limb there. Vince Russo could have done a better job.
Exactly. I mean, look at all the talent there and what the fuck show that was. Like, sorry, Monero. You could have gone to TNA and fucking got over the fucking problem of Vince Russo's booking. It wasn't gonna happen.
No, nobody could have overcome that. And also, WWE has not successfully booked a non-underdog babyface since 95? It's been a really long time since Vince knew what the fuck he was doing with his baby faces.
I mean, they've all been people like John Cena, Steve Austin. They're not underdogs.
Well, they were booked like underdogs, constantly given these extreme odds. Austin had to be against the whole authority, and every match, no matter that he was the extreme favorite, Cena overcome the odds.
I'll just what I mean is and I didn't explain myself well. They're more like Hulk Hogan than say Ricky Morton.
Right, they don't wrestle like underdogs, but they're booked like underdogs.
Yeah.
Whereas Hogan was booked like a star.
Yeah,
he just beat everybody. The only way anybody got a leg up on Hogan was when they turned on him.
Yeah, true.
Usually Hogan was getting the leg up on them to drop it on them.
He got
an excellent point.
Number 10, Santos Escobar.
Who was he? He was Phantasmo, right? Or
something of that nature. El Hijo del Fantasmo.
No, that's his.
El Hijo del Fantasmo in AAA.
You said El Phantasmo. I thought, oh, cool. I didn't know that was him. That's his fucking dad, dude. That guy's always got bullshit me.
I think TJ said El Hijo del Fantasma, but I could be wrong. I don't know.
No. I'm saying I misheard you guys.
Oh yeah.
And then I said, I was got bullshit me the clown on you.
I was got a bullshit.
I was got bullshit.
Any notes on him?
He was here.
He just
Go ahead.
He lasted 5 minutes almost.
Yeah, almost.
Yeah.
My only note on this is that it was around this point it occurred to me how horrible their setup was. So with the ramp curved and so long.
Very long curved
and
ramp.
No big Titantron or scoreboard above the ring for them to put graphics on. People would enter, and if you didn't recognize their music, you did not know who was coming out until Kevin Dunn switched the camera. And then you're watching this long 20, 30, 40-second entrance, and nothing, you don't get to see what's happening in the ring. It was a very bad setup.
I think they did it to discourage Tommy Rich from showing up because he'd have to walk a long time to get to the ring, and he would have been tired.
Speaking of which, spoilers, when number 21 came out, I was pretty sure about halfway down that ramp, he was like, oh no, my poor knees can't handle this shit.
After number 11,
yeah. We got Angelo Dawkins came out number 11.
Not Private Party.
Yeah, the Private Party similar group in WWE.
Not Private Party, wow.
They're better because they're not managed by Matt Hardy.
Hey.
He came out. Anything on Angelo Dawkins, Ian?
Not a thing.
Okay, number 12. This one.
I don't care about him.
Was surprising. So Brock Lesnar came out, right? The thing that was surprising, he came out, threw a bunch of people out immediately, but he only lasted 2.5 minutes before Bobby Lashley eliminated him.
Why's that surprising? Why do they want to work all night?
Yeah. Yeah, I mentioned that he bills them by the minute, so... But I guess this is a noteworthy. He lasted the exact amount of time that Dawkins did.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
He was one of the ones he eliminated.
Yeah, just looked at Wikipedia and that's true.
Yeah, he came in, he eliminated Dawkins, he eliminated Chad Gable, Santos Escobar, and then he was tossed out by Bobby. To potentially
Wow,
set
he
up
did
the
not get
Bobby
to eliminate
Lesnar
one
match.
star.
Wow. You're just gonna do
He's not
Santos
telling us
Escobar
what-
like that?
They just got the job people out for Brock to throw over. And
Oh.
so Bobby.
I guess I will note that Brock yeeted Dawkins out like he wanted to kill him, but then he oh no, I'm sorry, he yeeted Santos Escobar out like he wanted to kill him, and then he was like real gentle with Dawkins and
He's
he's like fuck this guy and these guys are okay.
he's like New Jack, but with without any of the previous aminosity. And he just decides I hate this person. They gotta die.
I feel like Brock thinks that quite frequently, just walking down the street. He sees a guy, he looks a little weird. I gotta kill him.
Gotta kill him.
Take him to Suplex City.
Next up was Bobby Lashley, who again eliminated Brock Lesnar. The only person he eliminated was Brock Lesnar, but that's
Former-
elimination.
Former TNA World Heavyweight Champion.
Correct.
Important to point out.
I remember the last TNA match of his I watched was against Tyrus.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
that poor guy.
That poor moose.
Man, people tell me and people tell me TNA is good and fucking
Yeah.
shit like that happens.
Look, man.
Yeah,
I mean, fucking
Abdul.
Abdul was like, "Yo, guys, let's watch a show." And then the first match was Mahbali Shira, so you know. Anything known here, Ian?
I missed one on Brock when he's
Oh, yeah?
entering. He was running and it looked like a cartoon. He was taking really big, exaggerated movements, but he was barely moving.
And I think the next entrance was kind of amusing. What Brock gets eliminated, then out comes out Ian's favorite wrestler, Happy Corbin.
I cheered so loud when he came out. I love Baron Corbin. I love Happy Corbin. I liked it better before JBL showed up, but
Yeah, Baron Corbin came out. He had the shortest time in this Rumble with 7 seconds.
But he doesn't get. The thing is, he didn't get to enter because Brock attacks him.
Yeah, Brock beat the shit out of the boy, and eventually, when he did get thrown in the ring, he then got thrown right back out.
I think did Tyler Black throw him in?
Yes, I believe, because he was the next one out. Seth freaking Rollins, according to Wikipedia. Gotta throw that freaking in there.
That is his official ring name.
Yeah,
Seth Franklin Rollins.
Yeah, he came in. He got 2 eliminations. One being Baron, the other one being Bobby Lashley,
Former Ring of Honor World Champion.
and he lasted a while. He lasted 37 minutes.
Yeah, I think possibly that Lashley elimination was a botch. I don't know if he was supposed to eliminate him or not, but it looked to me like he was not supposed to go out when he did.
That would be
And,
2 botch eliminations.
And next was almost.
No, next
No,
was Otis. Close. You're close. There's an O,
it's not
there's an
even
S.
Otis.
Yeah.
Oh, just as good of as a wrestler, I guess. Fucking I hate the fucking Alpha Academy gimmick. What? You guys had to remember it was. You had to remind me it was the Alpha Academy guy.
I enjoy it all.
I will prefer it almost over fucking Otis.
I enjoy it. I enjoyed him doing his little fucking quick jumping seizure thing. That's always fun for me.
You know what?
And
Adolf
he came
Hitler had a fucking
Okay.
cool mustache. But I
True.
don't have to pretend like he was a good person just because of that.
What? What is the comparison here?
You trying to convince me he's an entertaining character? He did the one thing.
I'm trying to say that I think he's entertaining. I'm not trying to convince you. I can't convince you of fucking anything.
True. Also true.
I enjoy him personally.
I think he's fine.
Yeah.
Next out was Rey Mysterio Jr.
Next out? Question mark. This one. This upset me.
Former
'Cause,
WCW Cruiserweight.
Yeah, it was supposed to be Rey Mysterio. He ended up not coming out, and then Dominic came out wearing the Rey Mysterio mask. So it was presumably Dominic beat the shit out of Rey to prevent him from coming. But they could have just given Dominic Rey's number instead of having Rey's number be useless. There was no number 17 entry because of that.
What you're missing is that you know how GCW has the Invisible Man sometimes. He came out he was doing the Rey Mysterio gimmick that day. He's gonna be the third one now. And he was eliminated. You just didn't see it because he's invisible.
Not according to Wikipedia, which has him had 0 seconds
so
in the match, unable to compete.
Wikipedia has wrong information. Figures.
No, Wikipedia has always correct information, like Thomas Barnes and Rhino being WWA Tag Team Champions.
Exactly.
Yeah, that happened. Dominic came out at number 18. They should have just had him come out at 17 after Ray didn't come out, and then give us an extra person. But
I like it. It's sort of a different thing that happened.
Yeah, I liked it. Also, Dominic looked like $1 trillion right at the beginning, having his dad's mask, pulling it off, having the fake tattoos, and looking like a scumbag. But then he tried to rip his dad's mask. And couldn't do it. He got a little further, tried again, couldn't do it, got a little further, tried again. And by the time he got to the ring, all of the heat he would have got from costing his dad the Rumble spot was gone because he looked like a goof.
Yeah. See, I don't mind. I liked him costing Ray the Rumble spot. I just think that they could have just had him come out at 17 after Ray didn't come out, instead of just not giving us a 17 because of that.
Yeah, that's true. He could have stole his number or something.
Yeah.
Fuck number 17. Dude, this match was enough people as is. We don't need no more people.
We could have got somebody fun.
Well, if it
Madcap
was
Moss.
Could have got Madcap Moss.
If it was Wildfire Tommy Rich, I will accept it. Anyone else? Nah.
Could have been him. You don't know who they would have chosen.
Could have been Shinsuke Nakamura. Not on the show.
Could have been Vince McMahon.
Not on the show.
Yeah.
He won one, right?
Yeah. 99.
Yeah, true. Next up was Elias, who lasted 39 seconds. We were certain in the call. Because he got eliminated so quickly, we were certain he was going to go to the back, shave, and then come back out as Ezekiel later.
Well,
I really wanted that to happen.
I was asking who that was, and I said, no, it's Ezekiel. And
see, if they did the goddamn Dominic having Ray's number, they would have had an extra number, and they could have brought him back as Ezekiel later.
True.
They were going to do that. Shut up.
They should.
Hopefully they do it next year.
That's like saying if we didn't have World War II, then maybe the world will have been sunshine and rainbows.
Your analogies never cease to amaze me.
Wild times with that. Number 20.
I have notes.
Oh, you have notes? Okay, Ian, what are your notes?
Okay, so I don't know if people listening know how the Rumble works. For a long time, Pat Patterson booked the Rumble. Then, after he died, T.J. Wilson booked the Rumble. Last year, for whatever reason, T.J. Wilson could not be there. So Jamie Noble and Shane McMahon booked the Rumbles, which is probably why they sucked. And this year, we don't know who booked them, but it was Triple H's first year in control. So, if anything showed Triple H's inexperience, it was the Elias entrance. Because he broke that guitar into 1,000,000 pieces in the middle of a ring with 15 people out there. And they had no plan to get the guitar out.
Hell yeah.
And also, Elias took a brogue kick to the face. And I said, yeah, that probably sucked. I mean, right to the face.
This reminds me of something that happened in TNA really quick. When the band, the Click, attacked Eric Young. Then it was a pay-per-view, and they take his body and they spray paint around his body so that, just like after someone gets murdered, that's there for whatever reason they did that. And that was the middle of the show. So for the rest of the show, we have to watch the event with the Eric Young body spray paint in the fucking middle of the ring. You couldn't not think of that. Any other match that happened after that. Anyway,
number 20.
Number 20, Finn Balor.
Prince Devitt, former IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion.
Yes. Former Bullet Club leader.
Handsome fella.
Handsome fella, yes.
He came out, helped his friend in the Judgment Day, Dominic. They were beating up people. I remember Dominic was so happy because he was fucking getting beat up. Then number 21, Gopher's favorite wrestler came out.
Can you dig it, sucker? Booker T, the one person who wasn't on Raw or SmackDown for this entire thing. And technically, he still is like part of a brand. He's on NXT as a commentator.
Mm-hmm.
So, but there were no like free agents in the men's rumble.
Yeah. There's no like. It's cool to see Booker because it's been 10 years since his last WWE match. So I don't want to shit on it too much because they do like having a legend. But yeah, there's no one from outside the company.
Yeah. That boy's knees were struggling. It was like a fun enough moment, I guess, but them knees were having a time. He did a not horrible spinneroonie, like not a great one, but not a horrible one.
Probably better than you expected, considering how he was walking.
Yeah, like better spinneroonie than I expected. So that's good.
In
then he got eliminated
in the call,
seconds.
in the call, we're talking about how Booker T looks like a New Japan dad, and I'm telling the guys like he's the WWE dad.
Yeah. Anything else?
So, like after the third entrant, when my brother's girlfriend was talking about how fun it was, Sheamus chasing Miz around, Miz getting beat up. I'm not sure she said a single thing until Booker came out, and she looks at the screen with a puzzled expression and goes, "Oh, he's bow-legged." That's it.
And I also pointed out Booker T looks more like a king now that he has a beard.
Yeah.
More of that regal look. The final member of Judgment Day was number 22, Damian Priest. Moose and I once saw.
Martinez.
Yeah. Moose and I once saw as Punishment Martinez in Ring of Honor.
Love the guy. Should be Intercontinental Champion again.
Yes. And I read it was during this, right? Because I always thought he looked like someone else, and then not Punishment Martinez for anyone fucking tries to make that joke again. But
what if he looks like Punishment Martinez?
It was Ricky Starks. I eventually realized facially.
Yeah,
who he reminded me of.
Yeah.
And then I because the thing that made me realize, because they did that picture, the Judgment Day did a picture of like The Rock and I think the Nation of Domination. And he was The Rock in that. And Ricky's very similar to The Rock. So
which version of the Nation of Domination? Was it the one with Tracy Smothers?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, you just gotta be a nation of domination. Which is...
Fox Nation.
So, anything on Damian here? Any notes on this one, Ian?
He should be Intercontinental Champion. Love him.
And then
anyway, there's probably more notes considering like who comes out later. But next up was the other not Private Party dude,
Montez Ford, the man who famously yeeted the fuck out of some pizza. He launched that pizza. Yeah, it was one of the fucking shows where like WWE was sponsored by a pizza company or some shit.
Oh,
he fucking yeeted some slices into the crowd.
Hell yeah, dude! That'll teach him. It's better than what AEW did with their fucking pizza sponsor, where fucking Nick Gage cutting Chris Jericho open with a pizza cutter. Was it a Papa John's or Domino's commercial?
Whichever one it was, they were upset about it.
Why wasn't Nick Gage in the Royal Rumble?
True.
There are many, many good reasons.
Montez Ford was eliminated pretty quickly by the guy who came out before him, Damian Priest. Only lasted 44 seconds.
If ever there was a time to push Montez Ford as a single star, it was last year.
Yeah. And then came Edge.
Sexton Hardcastle.
Sexton Hardcastle.
Superstar.
So, the Moose, you've heard of the Wrestle Draft that I occasionally do? Where it's like we draft rosters of wrestlers and then either book them or just don't, because the draft itself is a fun thing. Sexton Hardcastle, we're on round 4 now, and Sexton Hardcastle was my round 2 pick.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, I picked Prototype, Sexton Hardcastle, Leah Key, and Terra Rising so far.
Nice.
It's a stacked roster so far.
Are you gonna get Larry Zbyszko?
I could. He hasn't been taken yet.
They're all living legends, but mostly just Larry.
So Edge comes out. He of course he had the problem with the Judgment Day and they fight.
Yeah.
Biggest pop of the night, or biggest pop of the men's rumble.
Yeah, I was about to say, sure,
was
that was the
Edge.
biggest time of the night.
Yeah, I didn't expect Edge. I was like,
Yeah, fun. He got eliminated in a minute by Finn Balor, but then that led to a fun little moment with Austin Theory, where like they're fighting on the ramp, and Austin Theory's just kind of standing there because he came out at 25, and
yeah,
he's like, I don't want to deal with this.
Sort of just like fucking took all the steam off. And, Austin Theory was just seemed like a background character in this Rumble, dude.
Austin Theory should be a background character.
Like during his entrance, it should be an NPC. And Edge are fighting on that thing where
Good
that
point.
spit turns around.
Look, Austin Theory was only over at one point in his life, and that was when he portrayed John Cena Jr. in the VIP Mania Rumble match.
That did happen, yeah.
Yes, which we saw live. Fucking moves out, you're like, oh, I never saw this guy wrestle before.
Well,
you saw him wrestle live.
Sorry, like, that was his last gimmick. Like, how, like, if I was watching wrestling now, would you, if they put fucking Grizzly Redwood in an alligator costume, am I supposed to recognize him?
Yes.
I would expect that you would, yes. My note on Austin Theory. I like Austin Theory. I don't care what you say.
Tell him.
He was better as John Cena Jr.
Next, finally, was Almost.
Yes.
Almost came out at 26.
Did he, he didn't eliminate anyone, and he's a giant dude.
Yeah, no,
he's like the worst fucking giant.
He came out at 26, and then Braun Strowman came out at 27 and eliminated Omos.
I have notes on both these.
Yes.
Jim Cornette has said Ole Anderson told him, and I think I'm going to get this wrong, maybe even who quoted this, but something like, Corny, I used to think you were a dumb fuck, but so many other dumb fucks have come around that are worse than you. You've moved up the ladder without doing anything.
That was Ole Anderson who said that to Jim.
Okay. And I bring that up because Omos is the best giant in the business. Of all of, the 4 giants in the business, he's the only one that moves well, is coherent, doesn't hurt everybody, and mainly... Get good, Satnam Singh. More like ding-a-ling. Got him. Also, has Braun Strowman been Triple H's best reclamation project? Of, the people he specifically rehired?
Has he been good?
No. But has he been the best reclamation project?
I don't know. I don't watch WWF wrestling, dude.
So it's like him and Johnny Gargano and Jonah and... Well, Dexter Loomis, I don't know. He didn't really do anything
They saved LA Knight. Unfortunately, what happened later happened. But,
yeah, I like LA Knight.
It's let's see. Braun Strowman came out. He pro wrestled Almost. And,
That's one way of putting it.
They did the big guy stuff.
Then Prince Puma came out.
Ricochet was number 28. And he's, apparently he's teaming with Braun Strowman now, which I didn't know.
Yes. I like them as a team. I like the idea of Braun yeeting Ricochet at people.
He did that in this match.
As my notes say, the crowd didn't care whether Ricochet entered the Rumble or dropped dead. God damn, did they not give a shit he was there.
Nah.
I can see that.
Nah. I do enjoy those kind of big guy teaming with much smaller, faster guy tag teams.
When are they gonna do Satnam Singh teaming up with Grizzly Redwood?
Hopefully soon.
Yes, hopefully very soon.
Another note relevant to this. Michael Cole said something like, I hope he doesn't screw up as bad as that idiot Top Dollar. What did Top Dollar do to Michael Cole? Because he just shit on the whole Hit Row all night.
Hit Row sucks.
Okay, well, they have a lot of acts that suck. Michael Cole does not just freelance hate on people.
Number 29 was Moose's boy, Logan Paul.
Yeah, Mr. NFT crypto scam. I remember he sort of like they didn't all treat him like this, but he was like sort of the Nia Jax of this Rumble.
So
what do you mean by that?
He enters, they all kick him when he's down. Yeah.
Well, I bet he's not very well liked.
I feel like Ian probably has a note about this, but Logan Paul had the stupidest spot of the match, which was like, I enjoyed watching it, but it was also really stupid, where him and Ricochet are on the aprons, on opposing aprons, and they're just like sort of looking at each other, fucking being like, alright, let's do it, and then they leap, and then they just like springboard into each other for no reason.
Carmelo Hayes was on Twitter today complaining because he invented the spot and he wants credit or residuals from them doing it.
That's stupid. Like, unless I can see that as a joking way. I like when I was watching Ring of Honor, and I'd see anyone do something Roderick Strong would do, or even not on Ring of Honor. I'd say, because it was a gimmick where Roddy was saying anyone doing his moves was gimmick infringement. I did find that funny. How long did Logan Paul last?
About 11 minutes. He eliminated one person. Who was it? He eliminated
Seth Rollins.
Oh, all right, yeah.
Yeah. I have notes on Logan Paul.
Yeah.
Logan Paul is my favorite. This man was born to be a wrestler. He comes out with his own energy drink and crushes it on his head. He's the best. Give him the hat. Later on, I noted, we need Logan Paul in Money in the Bank.
What a great athlete he is. Logan Paul as a person.
Terrible person.
I like him way more than I expected I ever would as a wrestler.
Great
wrestler. You probably say the same thing about Ric Flair, Yeah, exactly. But anyway. If I was like a WWE writer, I would try and work in like Logan Paul screwing over, let's say, screwing over one of the other fucking job guys, maybe Ezekiel with an NFT scam, and that's their feud.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's making him a heel.
And people don't like to feel stupid watching the TV.
And then, he'll do when they're in Japan, he'll have, Katie Vick hanging from a tree.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. Alright. Number 30.
Hey, he did this, not me. I'm making fun of real life.
This, I believe, was the first time ever that the number 30 entrant came out and lasted 15 minutes.
Right, yeah. It was the longest post-Rumble I can remember.
It was very good. Like, one of my favorite, final two situations with him and Gunther, who was number one. One
very of my risky.
Yeah. Cody's coming back from fucking his whole titty being messed up situation and just getting slapped right in that titty over and over by Gunther.
Hell yeah. I love it. I'll teach him.
Wonderful. It was great. I enjoyed it greatly. And Cody won, as a lot of people expected, which I'm okay with. Cody is great.
I have
that was very fun.
I have some notes on this.
Yes, go on.
As soon as number 30 entered, I understood everything. So everything was confusing as why was the men's rumble happening first? And then how come Cody isn't entering till the end? And then when Cody entered, I was like, oh, they wanted to make sure that the fans knew Sammy was not coming. They didn't want, a Rey Mysterio getting booed situation going on. They put Cody at 30 specifically so they didn't turn on him and start chanting for Sammy. They saved 4 very disliked people for Cody to eliminate. Dominic Mysterio, Braun Strowman, Logan Paul, and Austin Theory. They did absolutely everything they could to make Cody look like a star, and he did. And he's the best, and he walked the walk. Unlike CM Punk, I love Cody. Give him the hat, too. Yes. A bigger hat.
Bigger hat. Roman gets a hat, Cody gets a bigger hat.
Man, this is like quite a comeback from his AEW run. Like when he was feuding with freaking what's Aleister Black? Oh, Malachi. He's Malachi Black in the other promotion.
People were saying like, "Oh, Cody's going back to WWE. He's going to be Stardust again before long." Yeah, he's looking like a big star.
I don't think WWE could afford to fuck around like that right now.
Well, they paid him $2 million a year, which is...
If they were to fuck around, they would then find out. And you know, you can't have that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah. Unfortunately, I will have fucked around and I will put Tommy Rich in the Royal Rumble.
And you would have found out.
Yep.
All right, anything else
Dan
on the men's
Severn
Rumble?
on the Rumble and let him shoot on people.
Yeah. Anything else on the? It was again. Gunther set the record for the most time in the Rumble. He was the first one, and he lasted an hour, 11 minutes, and 40 seconds. He was also tied for the most eliminations with Cody. They both had 5. Any other notes here for the men's Rumble?
1.5 notes.
Okay.
The one being that I
Billy
think
Gunn.
Gunther specifically was saved for Cody at the very end because that's probably his Super or SummerSlam match.
Ooh.
I feel like Cody and Gunther pretty much writes itself with the
Yes.
really American fella and the really German fella.
Yeah. And also,
And,
like Cody recovering from titty meat injury and Gunther attacking the titty meat a lot often.
Yeah. And the half a note, which I will get more to later, would be, I said, this is 1994. This was half of 1994 here, Cody winning.
The main event of the next year's WrestleMania, they'll redo the thing they did with Big Bang Bigelow and Lawrence Taylor, and they're gonna have Cody defending the World Championship against Shaquille O'Neal in a rematch.
I'd watch that. That was fun.
See, they should be getting the other, the 2023 equivalent of Lawrence Taylor. They should be getting Taylor Lawrence.
I know. Lawrence Taylor raped a girl. I think maybe.
Okay, TJ did not. It's just a name thing. He did not rape anybody.
As far as we know.
As far as we know.
Also, I don't know if TJ wants you to use his shoot name.
I've used it on the channel before.
Well, he probably
whether he doesn't know whether he wants it or not, I'm not sure, but you know.
Yeah, well, serves him right for having such a name.
Yeah.
If he wants,
teach him.
change his name to something else.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't bring up his name if it was Gertrude.
Yeah. His name's
I
on.
would.
I think he uses his name on Twitter, and I've tagged him on Twitter.
Yeah, probably. It's probably fine.
Anyway, the next match, Husky Harris wrestling Eli Drake, former TNA World
Mountain
Champion.
Dew Pitch Black match.
Mountain Dew Pitch Black still gives me the shits, by the way. To anybody listening and you're like, oh, I'm thinking I'll get a... Don't do it. It was great 20 years ago. Don't get it.
Never had it. I thought, like, with this one, it existed, but it was, like, the whole thing with it was, like, how it looks, and I thought it looked cool.
So for the listeners...
it looked very cool.
These guys are wrestling, the lights are turned off, and there's
it's like a blacklight kind of thing.
Yeah.
The arena gets blacklit.
People in the crowd were seeing cum stains on each other's shirts.
So,
huh?
Eli Drake's gear was glowing, and like
Bray's like face
Harris
paint
was
had
doing had the Jeff Hardy stuff paint on.
Like, yeah, on like I think his face and his like arms, he had like this like glowing paint, like it glue when the light was on, when the black light was on.
Yeah, and this match was dog shit.
I thought the match itself existed. It wasn't really anything great or good. It just happened, but I enjoyed the visual aspect of it.
I enjoyed the visual aspect. I agree with Moose. This was the worst.
Like the visual aspect was there. You know, it doesn't make me want to like continue seeing whatever's going on with him, and so Husky Harris defeats Eli Drake. They continue to fight. Well, they don't fight. Like Eli Drake hits Husky Harris with like a Singapore cane. That's also
with a giant
floating
glow
for whatever
stick.
Reason.
I think they either painted it or they taped it.
Yeah, so he backs up into this area where Uncle Howdy fucking he dives at Eli Drake and misses by 2 feet or some shit, and they explode.
It was a big miss on. He looked like he was like, to me, it looked like he was going for like a weird like spinning elbow drop kind of thing, but then like he completely overshot.
Yeah, nowhere close.
Mm.
He looked like superhuman. All his juggalos and juggalettes.
They should have Superhuman be.
He should have been in the Rumble.
Everything would make sense if like the reveal is Superhuman is freaking Uncle Howdy.
Yeah, I don't think that's happening. I have one line of notes on this match.
Yeah.
I like LA Knight. I hope he has something else lined up. This thing is death.
I don't like Bray Wyatt. He might be a fine wrestler, but the gimmick is dumb. So.
I like Bray Wyatt. I think it's going to be him versus Bo, possibly with Alexa at WrestleMania. Like the Kane Undertaker thing. I don't know what the fuck they're going to do with it after that. This is death.
I agree with Ian. I like Bray. I don't know what the fuck they're doing here. Yeah.
It's got to be wrestling. That's
cool.
the problem. Like, if you're doing a TV show, this is fine. This isn't TV. It's different. It's wrestling.
Yeah.
I don't think, like, in the middle of Twin Peaks, they would have got a corporate sponsor and had, like, a fucking fight.
It was definitely weird that it was a Mountain Dew pitch black match for Bray Wyatt.
In the Red Room, where it's sponsored by Coca-Cola. So, like, instead of, like, I forget, they drink something, like, instead of that, it ends up being Coke in the fucking shit. Like, nah, like, this would have happened on a TV show. Come on.
No.
Next up was
Bianca versus
Alexa.
I went to dinner.
Bianca Belair versus Alexa Bliss for the Raw Women's Championship, which I thought was a fine match. Bianca's great. I like Alexa. That was a fine match. Not anything special, nothing great, but like fine.
I just remember Cage Match gave it like a 4 point something.
My notes. My racist cousin still does not like Bianca. I love Bianca. But I thought the match really exposed how green Bianca still is, because she still needs somebody to lead her, and Alexa just wasn't able. Like, I agree with you, it was a fine match, but the Bianca standard with like Becky or Sasha is really high.
It wasn't one of those,
It was a very mediocre match, and it's basically to Alexa's standard, which, you know, if you're able to work with the person to their standard, you're still green. You know, Bianca's not elevating anybody at this stage, but I think it really showed that she needs to grow some, and god darn, I miss Sasha Banks. This would have been 1,000 times better with Sasha Banks in the same spot.
This reminds me of, you know, I was talking to Abdel about what makes a great wrestler, and I think, like, something John Cena, when I was talking to him, was able to do was have great matches with horrible wrestlers. Another, like, an old example of this would be...
He had a great Khali match, it was good.
Yeah, he had the best match of Khali's career.
Yeah.
Another famous example of this is the Bruno Sammartino Randy Savage match in '85, where, you know, Bruno almost couldn't, like didn't really do much. It was all Randy, but it's still fun. I think, you know, Jay Briscoe just passed away, and I was saying, like, you know, I feel like him and Mark had the best late stage Rock and Roll Express matches. You know, I think part of being a great wrestler is being able, when you're the top, like, you can take opponents and elevate them, or elevate the match at least. You know, make them seem like a threat.
Yeah, that's why I always said that Mark and Jay were the best tag team in the world. Really, Jay doesn't get enough credit for how good he was as a singles, because Jay elevated a lot of guys during his run as a singles wrestler. Like, Jay White's one good singles match in Ring of Honor while he was on Excursion was with Jay Briscoe. Jay Briscoe was a phenomenal freaking wrestler.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Then I came in when I'm looking here. I came in when I actually missed Becky Lynch too. Wow.
Oh, you missed a lot of the Rumble.
Chelsea Green was coming in when I was done with dinner and done folding laundry.
Yes, the Women's Rumble was up next, starting off with Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan, and ending with Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan, which I was happy about.
I didn't like it because they just did Gunther and Sheamus. Like
I enjoy people lasting the whole Rumble.
Yeah, but can't they do it from, 4 instead of 1? Can't we, pretend that this is random and not storybook, you know?
But, yeah, start off with Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan. Ian, any notes on the beginning of this?
I'm glad to see they're still investing in Liv in spite of her title reign turning on its head. I like Liv. I still like Liv. I find her weird because she lives on a farm with Bo Dallas. I can't imagine that I would, enjoy talking to her, but she's a good athlete. She seems to be, trying very hard to make this work, and
she's improved a lot.
I'm for it. Yeah, I agree. She's improved a lot.
Dana Brooke came in at number 3, which I did not realize she was still employed.
She's not managing Charlotte anymore?
I have no clue. I don't know what she's doing, but she was here.
Charlotte Flair, also not on this show.
Yeah.
Ronda.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Yeah.
I was kind of worried right up until number 30 that Charlotte was going to be number 30 and win the Rumble.
If she would have won, I would have been upset, but I would have been much happier with her at number 30 than who we actually got at number 30.
Yep.
I actually thought what happened there was funny, but let's keep going.
Emma.
Next up was she's in the.
I like Emma.
She looked very motivated.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
I have notes saying it's nice to see her interested again, unlike in ROH, where she stole more money than Ric Flair. I'm fairly certain she got a 6-figure contract.
Oh, wow.
She provided absolutely no value to the promotion whatsoever.
She actually was paid that much.
I think so. Around that time, I know Roosh got $180,000. After the Elite left, they had a lot of money to pay because they had that big budget for Cody, but they didn't really have anybody to give it to. So they brought in Juice Robinson and David Finlay from New Japan, and they signed Bandito. So they sort of spread the money around. Because I don't know for sure what they were paying Cody, but I'm sure it was a lot more than they paid anybody else ever.
Yeah.
Probably.
And he deserved it, but
Yeah,
I think she got about $100,000, and she drew no money, and she actively stopped wrestling. She had some sort of skin condition that she said caused her to not be able to wrestle. And then it cleared up the second that...
I enjoy Emma, though.
Did she do the thing where she dabs to the ring?
No.
She didn't quite do that, but it was like...
She used to do that. It's a different
She has not done that
now.
gimmick in a long time, yeah.
I just wondered because it's
Right.
Yeah, no, she's... I think she's more or less the same gimmick-wise as she was in Ring of Honor.
No. She was a babyface in Ring of Honor.
Oh, I didn't know.
After she left Ring of Honor, it's the gimmick she had in Impact.
Okay. But yeah, I enjoy Emma. She lasted about 10 minutes, did some stuff. Number 5, another one I enjoy, which a lot of the women in this match actually really enjoy. But number 5, Shayna Baszler.
Shayna and Ronda should be women's tag team champions for 6 years. Road Warriors reign. Started at WrestleMania, 6 fucking years. Let's do it.
Is she the one that bit the back of Becky's?
Yeah, and then they kind of just forgot about that a week later.
Fucking
Thankfully.
Vince.
Did not need to make her a vampire, but yes, she is great. I enjoy her a lot. Any notes here, Ian, other than the tag team thing?
Nope.
Okay, number 6, Bayley.
My note there is I needed to be bonked when Bayley was entering. And I would like to hear tale of Brandon's
Yeah, Brandon needed a lot of bonking throughout this match. A lot.
I was not so bad. Even on rewatch, it was... I don't know. Maybe he's just down bad.
27 minutes for Bayley. She lasted a while. Had 5 eliminations.
Stud.
She had a big performance for her. Number 7, B-Fab of Hit Top Row. What do they call Top Row? What's their name?
Hit Row.
Hit Row.
And once again, what the hell did they do to Michael Cole?
I've never seen B-Fab before. She looked good from what I saw of her in this match for the 36 seconds she was in.
Yeah, I was gonna say she didn't last
but like
long.
during that 36 seconds, she looked pretty decent. But yeah,
her hair is always in her face. She got to do something about that.
Yeah, I did notice that as well. Seemed like
it's not good.
Would have had some tough time seeing. Roxanne Perez up next, one of the NXT women. Yeah, she was good. Didn't last too long, like 4.5 minutes, but she did good for what she was given.
It was a great 4.5 minutes. You don't need 12 minutes all the time, 20 minutes, whatever. She got in there, showed she's a great athlete, got shined up by some stars, got called a prodigy on commentary, and then got eliminated by stars. Treated like...
Hey, it's Roxy.
Yep, Roxy. She looked like $1 million.
You didn't tell me that.
Doug, I barely knew who she was, but she's good. Very good.
Former Ring of Honor Women's Champion.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Number 9, Dakota Sky. Or Dakota Kai.
Close.
Sorry.
There you go.
Number 10 is Io Sky. So back to back of the that group. Already had Bayley in. What is their name again? The group name?
Damage Control.
Damage Control, right.
Notes. Is Dakota Kai the only smart wrestler? Every stable or team member that has come out to this point in the men's or women's rumble took their sweet time getting to the ring. Not Dakota. She remembered she's in a stable and she sprinted down there to try and help Bayley. Really, is she the only smart wrestler? Also, at some time around there, Emma ended up on the apron, and in my notes, I was like, was this a Brandon Bonk moment?
Probably. I enjoy Dakota greatly. I enjoy Io Sky.
Both great.
Name change is weird, but I don't really care that much about it.
Yeah, I wonder why more than I care. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to know why, because I'm sure it was Kevin Dunn. So I don't know how to pronounce it. But
both great though. Both very good.
They're a great stable together. They really all complement each other well. Later on, I'll get to that when Tegan comes out.
Yeah. Number 11 was Natalya, the longest tenured woman in WWE history, I'm pretty sure.
I've been sick of her for a decade.
Same. She was like one of the best like during her early years in WWE, and then she sort of just stayed that level of talent while being surrounded by much better.
When she had the farting gimmick.
Bring it back.
Yeah, she's
like Dolph Ziggler. Like, it's not that she's horrific.
Yeah.
Because we'll get to the horrific one later on. But
she just hasn't really improved along with...
She's been in the middle for so long that there is no value in her to be there. She can't elevate anyone because everybody on the roster has beaten her, so it doesn't matter. Yeah. And therefore, losing to her makes you look like shit.
Yeah.
Send her home for a few years. Bring her back.
She could be all in.
Let her agent for a few years bring her back.
Back to women I enjoy a lot. Candice LeRae at number 12.
Looked like a star.
Yeah. Was that her return? It was like she was pregnant and then... Did she come back from that yet?
No, I don't think it was her return.
Oh, okay.
But she looked like a star. She's got a great theme. Good look coordinated with her gear. They treated her like she wasn't a piece of shit.
Did she do more than her husband?
She was in for considerably less, but was far more memorable. Like, the only thing I remember from Gargano, other than his theme being changed, was that he formed a weird alliance with Sheamus. And it wasn't really explained or anything. Just they were like, yeah, I hate Miz also.
They wanted to do the spot where Sheamus hits Gunther with the clotheslines, and they added some Johnny Gargano comedy to it.
Yeah, that's about right.
Mm.
Candace was only in for 5 minutes 11 seconds, but good 5 minutes.
Yeah. Number 13, someone who lasted for for about 26 and a half minutes. The second NXT entrant, Zoe Stark.
She's got a great deal of potential.
Yes.
I think she's ready for the main roster. And quite frankly, I would like to see her wrestle Asuka tomorrow.
Yeah.
Any relation to your favorite wrestler, Ricky?
No.
Xia Li? How do you pronounce it?
Xia Li.
Xia Li came in at number 14. She's on SmackDown. I didn't know she was on SmackDown. I thought she was still on NXT one. Huh.
Is she?
Go on.
Okay, so I was just making sure that wasn't like Wendy Chu as
No,
packaged as
no,
someone
that's...
else.
I don't remember what her name is on NXT, but I'd recognize her. Xia Li is... she's like the first Chinese-born wrestler or whatever. I don't know. My note on this was, has Xia Li ever done anything? That's it. 15 minutes she was in this fucking match. God damn. See, that just illustrates the point. Roxanne, 4.5 minutes. Candice LeRae, 5 minutes. Both way more meaningful than Xia Li's 15. Xia Li was a worthless 15 minutes. She did nothing. Well, there is a note I have on that later, but nothing of value.
Say so. Nothing about it. Up next though was
the man,
Big Bex.
Yeah.
The man.
She entered the wrong Rumble.
Should entered both.
True.
So she seems like much less of a star than she was before.
Well, they brought her back as a heel because Vince thought nobody would cheer for a mom.
Very questionable decision, but
Vince is an idiot. But Vince, I don't think liked his mom too much. So,
but Becky's great. She is
the best.
She is one of the best. Very good.
I think the best in terms of their women. But I mean, you make an argument.
Yeah.
As far as Asuka, maybe because in ring, but as far as getting angles over and working, I don't think anybody can compare to Becky in the women's division.
Very, very good.
Up next,
Tegan Knox.
Snoopy's favorite wrestler, Tegan Knox.
I like her. I also thought she was in NXT, but apparently she's on SmackDown.
I have 3 lines of notes here.
Oh, okay.
Tegan Knox and Dakota Kai both were dressed up like they were involved in the original Dynamite intros with the exploding rainbow paint. They were like they had every color. I don't like with Tegan. I get it because she's a bubblegum baby face, right? I don't know why Dakota Kai needed all that. And then Tegan could have been the best. Knee injuries suck. It's incredible how athletic she still is after 3 ACL surgeries.
Oof, yeah.
God damn.
Wow.
I don't know if you guys ever saw her when she was in the UK. She's a really goddamn great athlete. She used to do flips to the outside. She's like Io Shirai. Not as good, but like as good an athlete.
Yeah. Was there anything else?
No, that's it.
No? Okay.
I didn't get until 20,
Yeah.
so I got
number 17, Asuka with like a new look, and I think her theme was changed, so I couldn't really hear it too well because like the crowd was pretty fucking hot for her.
Lyrics different, beat different, same intro. I think.
She
second biggest pop of the night.
She came out with a really cool mask, took that off, and then she had like really cool face paint. It was a good look.
Her winning would have been good.
Yeah, she's Asuka, Not really much you could say other than that. She's great.
Very good. Yeah, great.
One of the best. And then 18, finally, Dewdrop is no more. Piper Niven.
Hell yeah.
She got the good game back.
Oh, so that's Dewdrop's new name.
Well,
her previous name.
And new again.
Yes.
What is old is new again.
Yes.
But my note on that is she looked great, and later on she looked even better in comparison to somebody else. And my goodness, she was good, especially compared to ... exactly. My God, she should write a book and Nia Jax should have to read it.
See, yeah, I remember. I just want to say, last time we did this podcast, she was challenging Becky Lynch
Yes.
as Dewdrop for the title.
And now she is Piper again, and that's good.
And it's
a good
better.
thing.
And she
Yes.
looked good.
Yes.
Yeah,
I mean, I think maybe she lost a little bit of weight. She's still a big girl, but she's so much. Now, I'll get to that later.
Number 19.
I'm a little worked up.
One of the few women who I do not like in this match, Tamina.
Oh, I was like, oh, is he talking about Chelsea? Oh.
No, I like Chelsea really.
Tamina is a lot like Natalia.
Yeah, like she's not horrible, but also like
she's been in
why
the
is she
lower
here?
mid forever. She should go home.
Yeah,
yeah, she's been there too long.
And then
like, I don't even know if she's good.
Number
or not.
20. So
she
Chelsea
looks
Green,
a lot
right?
thinner in person.
Brandon,
Like,
yeah,
go ahead.
You can say your thing first.
No, okay, all right. She looks, on camera she looks like she's like bigger.
Yeah.
In person, she's a nice looking lady.
So Brandon throughout the Rumble kept wanting Chelsea Green, and then number 20, Chelsea Green. He jump scared Abdul with how loud he yelled for Chelsea Green, and then Chelsea got in the ring and was eliminated in 5 seconds and set the record for the shortest time for a women's Rumble entrant. And Brandon and myself were upset.
I thought it was funny.
Why you gotta do it with Chelsea's Green?
theme. Her teeth are perfect. Does Britt do them?
I just remember she manages that guy in the NWA sometimes.
I like Chelsea. Lunch. They could have given the fucking 5-second thing to like Dana Brooke or something, but they had to give it to Chelsea Green.
No one would have gave a shit then.
Well, I think this is gonna give her like an angle, right? She's gonna come in as the person.
She's gonna go back to NWA Power, and she's gonna fucking have a feud with Bully Ray.
My cousin was convinced that WWE signed Chelsea and Zack Ryder.
I'm surprised we didn't get Zack Ryder in the fucking men's Rumble. But number 21,
man,
in the women's Rumble, and Moose was fucking upset about this situation. I wasn't. I don't think anyone else in the call was, but Moose was like ranting about Zelina Vega's whole advertisement situation.
Oh yeah, fuck capitalism. Fuck you guys for trying to defend this nonsense.
I thought it looked cool, and I didn't really care about the fact that it was an advertisement thing. Like, they showed a graphic on screen, on the bottom of the screen for a couple seconds, and commentary talked about it for a little bit. I
don't need Royal Rumble entrances or Royal Rumble entrance, like the person being advertisement.
She looked cool, and that's the only thing I cared about in regard to that.
I don't know anything about Street Fighter.
Same.
And
I remember she didn't she do a hurricane like Kenny Omega did in Ring of Honor?
No,
Pat McAfee said that Pat
McAfee started like yelling different Street Fighter like words.
Okay, because I thought someone was saying that, and I thought I missed something.
Okay, my note is I have never hated Corey Graves and Pat McAfee more than when they were going back and forth while Xia Li and Zelina Vega were going back and forth on the apron. What the fuck?
Yeah, I remember they were on the apron fighting each other.
I mean, that was stupid, but all of the announcing at that time horrific.
The idea was like it was a 2D plane, like Street Fighter would be.
I know you're right. It just occurred to me that you're right. I hate it. I fucking hate it so much.
Yeah, it's stupid. Like we're part of the match is being taken over to advertise a fucking.
I thought it was funny.
Like good or bad, like it doesn't matter.
I hope she's getting a lot of money.
Just that it happens is stupid.
I hope that WWE gets no money and Zelina gets all of the money.
Number 22, Raquel Rodriguez. Sorry, wasn't her name? Was she Gonzalez before? Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Raquel Rodriguez. I'll say it again.
What a stud! God damn, big old bitch.
She's big.
Yep. Didn't she grab the Street Fighter girl and like wasn't she gonna try to eliminate her, but that didn't happen or something?
Yeah, I don't know.
Probably
I don't have those sorts of intricate notes. I have that she's a beast, and it sucks that she is dating or was dating a moron like Braun Strowman.
True.
Bronny the Strowman.
Yeah. 23. Mia Yim. Or whatever the fuck her name
Former
is now.
member of the embassy.
Why does it say Mia Yim on Wikipedia?
Yeah, it's like supposed to be Meechin or something like that.
Yeah, Meechin. And my note on that is Meechin is a goofy name.
Yeah. I like how like the announcer is Meechin, but then like the graphic popped up and it had to confirm with us that it was Mia Yim. It was like in parentheses or whatever, Mia Yim. Man.
Oh, man.
I like Mia, though. She's good.
She's a good wrestler.
Speaking of the opposite of that, number 24, Lacey Evans.
Lacey Evans been looking good AF lately. God damn.
Like,
she sucks as a wrestler.
Yeah, I'm about to say, like, you mean physically looking.
Also, how cruel of an elimination was that? She picked up Zelina in the Cobra Clutch on the second rope. So little Zelina, 4'9"?
Yeah,
she's 12 feet in the air, being held on by Lacey, and Lacey fucking yeets her face first onto the mat.
Yeah.
It's cruel.
Yeah. Lacey Evans, not good as a wrestler, as a person. Got a lot of like anti-vax stuff. No, I don't. That's,
Further note, Cole said, quote, "She'll be on top of the world if she wins here tonight."
I when he said that, I immediately yelled, "No, the fuck she's not."
I would have liked to hear her on the podcast.
Someone, I forgot who. Somebody asked Moose if he wanted to like debate vaccines with her.
Yeah,
Moose was like, "I'm not paying attention to anything that's happening right now." Yeah. Number 25, one of my guesses for the in our prediction league.
Yes, you
for
won.
The
we
random,
know.
Yeah, one of my guesses. She was shown in the crowd earlier, so I'm like, oh damn it, she's not gonna be in the match. And then nope, Michelle McCool in the match. She came right from the crowd.
Of course, she'd be in the match.
I enjoyed that.
I enjoyed it as well.
It's their moment to do. Yeah. It was a cool moment. Like it reminds me of like when they had one of the announcers be in, so they got undressed to be in the Rumble.
Yeah. I wonder if she clued her daughter in. Like, if their daughters knew she was going to be in the Rumble, then it was like a 6 out of 10 on the cool scale. If she kayfabed her daughters and was like, "Oh, I guess I'm in it," that's a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, absolutely.
Number 26, the final NXT entrant, Indy Hartwell. I like Indy.
Where's my note on this? Indy looks like she could bench press a car.
She do be looking pretty strong.
She's be looking yoked.
You mean throw around the truck like Braun did on Raw or whatever?
I think she could fucking do it. God dang.
I like Indy. She's good.
Yeah.
And then number 27, another one I like, Sonya Deville. One who Ruro greatly enjoys.
Yes. Yes, he does.
I don't quite like her as much as Ruro, but I do like Sonya.
She was there.
I like Sonya. She did a really nice spot with Asuka where they both did a spin kick, and they both hit at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
Very well done.
Yeah, there was a point in this match where like kicks were fucking flying from like a bunch of different people. A lot of women in this match could throw some good kicks. Which leads us to
speaking of, Dakota threw no kicks. And she's the king of kicks.
Yeah. Number 28, we had Shotzi, who I used to like, and then she's sort of
former
Joey Ryan penis,
formerly known as Joey Ryan's penis in Hook Slam.
She wasn't bad here, I guess. Like she existed, but she wasn't like botching a lot like she's been doing a bit, especially in that fucking Money in the Bank match.
Well, just like Joey Ryan's penis, it's going the love for her is going limp.
Very much exists. I was very confused with number 29 because like I just saw the name Nikki, but I heard the music. I'm like, that's not Nikki Bella's music. What the fuck? And yeah, it was Nikki Cross, which makes a lot more sense. Nikki Cross did a whole bunch of fucking speed or something. That lady is frequently doing the
ring.
That was the best.
It was. Little stubby legs running that fucking quick to the ring.
One of the very best moments of the night.
Yeah,
on Shotzi, my note, I like the idea of Shotzi. I wish she was good.
Yes, same. Any notes on Nikki other than that?
Just
run
that
to
the
ring
sprint
was
was the direct quote from my notes is Nikki Cross's sprint to the ring was one of the very best moments of the night. Period.
It was.
Space. Wonderful. Period.
Wonderful. Not wonderful is number 30, Nia Jax.
Which they botched.
Yeah,
they didn't have 10-9.
Her music hit before the countdown started.
Thanks, Kevin Dunn.
It's like right when she was actually seen on the ramp. That's when the countdown started.
Thanks, Kevin Dunn.
Jesus Christ. I do think it's hilarious that kind of botch happened with Nia Jax, though.
Maybe it was on
Nia Jax.
purpose.
Yeah.
Like, my first thought when I saw her was, The Rock is showing up tonight.
Yeah.
Because I can't come up with a reason why she'd have a job.
And she has a job, because now they've confirmed a new t-shirt for her, which, why? People are going to get injured.
Alright, can I read my whole notes on this?
Yes.
Nia Jax is horrible. She's a dangerous weakling booked like a monster. She can't help to get herself up when somebody's trying to scoop slam her or whatever. She can barely lift the girls. She hurts everyone she works with. This has to be a favor for The Rock because she has absolutely no redeemable qualities. She's a bad person and somehow a worse wrestler. She's an active detriment to the business, the whole business, not just the WWE. I paused the Rumble to write this because I want to watch as little of this as possible. Anything they give to Nia is better given to Piper Niven. Please stop.
Agreed.
She's the worst.
She is. I agree with all of that.
I really enjoyed when they started the countdown that her music played, so it fucked everything up. Like that was just like so perfect
really
for this.
She got the whole like a shit ton of people eliminating her thing, which thankfully was only 2 minutes.
Yeah,
it should have been quicker, but she shouldn't have been there in the first place.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I remember I mentioned earlier Logan Paul entered the men's rumble. Like this match had a lot of like what they did in the men's rumble, same type booking. Logan Paul was in this role where everyone attacked him for a moment. Like Nia Jax was a lot more hated by the competitors in the ring, where all the attention was on her.
She's gonna fucking injure them all.
Yeah.
Anybody who gets booked against her should pull a Sasha and Naomi and walk out.
Well, I wonder why she's there. Who's she going to work with?
Yeah.
Like, if she's there to be the big heel, and that's what it seems like she's there for, to get some babyface over, is it Raquel? Is the whole thing that Raquel is going to, like, slam her or something? Because Nia Jax can't get up. Like, if you've ever heard Big Show talk about it, like, if you're a big guy, you have to help yourself get up. Nobody can just pick up 600 pounds of fucking pig shit, And she can't do it. She's weak.
And I think, like, since we don't give a shit anyway, and after the Mountain Dew Pitch Black match, why don't we just reveal, or no, not even reveal, just have a feud between Bray Wyatt and Nia Jax. Just it'll be like back when when Jim Crockett Promotions was doing the feud between Jimmy Valiant and fucking what's his face, Paul Jones's Army. Just have the worst part of the show, like the two worst factions fighting each other. Like it'll draw the money it draws, and we could go on.
I
with
just
the
want
good
Nia
stuff.
to be gone before she hurts anyone.
Can she show up on Impact so Susie can send her to the undead realm or whatever? Just get off the damn TV. And fuck you, The Rock. You know what? Like, my thought instantly was obviously, like I said, that The Rock, this has to be the favor of The Rock. He's going to show up. And I still think it has to be the favor of The Rock. Obviously, he didn't show up. But I like The Rock less now. Like, there's no... Roman Reigns is like the ultimate heel. I will be cheering for Roman Reigns to beat The Rock now. Because I know The Rock is responsible for this.
I hope The Rock doesn't run for president. Like, we don't need...
Is Nia going to be
in the
his
fucking
VP?
cabinet?
You're talking about The Rock, and like, I know like a lot of people think he's going to run in the Democratic primaries. Like, and it could
Isn't he a Republican?
Yeah, and he's trying to build up his profile. Like, I think it's kind of like Trump, where it doesn't matter what party it is. Like, he's just gonna pick the one that's gonna
support him,
be more for him. Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck you, Rock.
Mm. That's all 30 came
Yeah.
in. Nia Jax was
They all eliminated Nia Jax
a whole
together.
bunch of people got Nia out. Hopefully she gets out of the company again soon before she fucking hurts anyone.
So this wasn't a one night thing?
No.
They fucking got a new t-shirt for her. Yeah.
Dang. Wow.
Yeah.
Not big of a star,
God. She's not like most girls. And
The ending was good. The final 3.
Yeah, Asuka, Liv Morgan, and Rhea Ripley, final 3.
It's a fun ending. You know, it's well done.
The actual like ending spot,
I like
like
that.
with Rhea doing the skinning the cat thing, and then like pulling herself up and like head scissor taking
Yeah.
Liv off the thing. Yeah,
They gave Liv an out, which is cool. I mean, they
Yeah.
booked Liv really strong.
yeah. I enjoyed it, and I like Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley's great. Her and
They picked
hopefully
the
she
perfect
faces
person
Bianca.
to win.
She should, right? Because like Bianca's
Yeah.
face, right? Yeah, she would be
My
facing Charlotte.
my guess for the women's WrestleMania matches: Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair, Charlotte Flair versus Liv Morgan versus Asuka in a triple threat, Becky Lynch versus Bayley, and Ronda and Shayna versus Dakota Kai and Io Sky.
I'd be good with all that.
What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen is WWE's gonna do a house show at Madison Square Garden, and Nia Jax is gonna defeat Bianca Belair for the title, so they're gonna do Rhea Ripley versus Nia Jax at WrestleMania.
Don't put that evil out there.
Let's get
Rhea
that
Ripley.
one guy that Tony Khan hired for Ring of Honor, the real dangerous Samoan guy who was in that tag team managed by Paul Ellering.
and the embassy.
Yeah, let's get him versus Nia Jax. Show her what it's like to work with some guy that doesn't care if you walk out alive or not.
Except
Rhea Ripley and Bianca is going to be great. That is going to be
Yes,
a very good match.
agreed.
And that
I
leads
think
us-
if I'm right, that all 4 of those matches will be very good.
Yeah, I agree. And that leads us to our main event. Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. Which I thought was great. There was a botch by Kevin, but I feel like he recovered from
Yeah.
it well.
I think it's hard to really recover from
like that kind
a
of
botch
stumbling.
well. I think he did as good as he could
Yeah,
do, but it did
yeah.
hurt things.
Yeah. But
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't pay attention much to the match. Fucking in the call, or not even the call on the Discord server. One of our friends, Caleb, was like kept talking
yeah,
about.
Caleb was
Asuka.
thirsty for us.
And we don't need to worry, we're not saying his last name. No one knows who it is. We took out I took out my phone and opened up my fantasy art making app, and I was making AI art of Asuka and Jeff Jarrett and posting it on there.
Yeah. It was a good match. But the post match, right? Oh, such good.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan.
It was great. It was a very good segment with one of the biggest pops I've fucking heard, and who the hell knows how
Since Daniel Bryan. That's
Yes.
what I decided. It's the biggest pop since Daniel
You
Bryan.
guys say your
2014.
thing, and I'll comment after.
It was a huge pop for Sammy. Huge.
Massive pop. The loudest. God dang. I don't know where they're going with this, but all paths look viable.
Yeah.
Obviously, they've got a lot of territory they could go. They could drag it on for another year or 2 if they really wanted to. But I thought after this match, like I said, and you took it, I think, the wrong way, this is 1994.
Yeah, I thought you were saying it in a bad way. I was.
So, Cody won, and he's Lex Luger. But in an obscure way, Sami Zayn also won, and he's Bret Hart. And we're headed on a path where, yes, Roman Reigns is going to face Cody, but maybe Roman Reigns is also going to face Sami Zayn, and I think the fans are going to ultimately choose Sami. But I think they did it in a way that protected Cody, made Cody look like a star, unlike how Vince treated Lex Luger. Made him look like a fucking dumpster fire.
With 2 nights of WrestleMania, you don't have to pick either or.
I agree with that, but people online that I've said that to are like, if you're going to have Sammy beat him, he can't beat Cody, and Roman can't lose 2 nights in a row because it would hurt him. And I don't know.
He's
People
been champion for like fucking 2 years.
Honestly, I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Because the whole Jey Uso angle, also a factor. It's really possible that Sammy will get his match at SummerSlam. It's possible that Sammy will get his match after Roman loses the title. I don't know. But I think in a very real way, they booked this to where both guys came out looking like they could be the next world champion.
Yeah.
It's smart booking.
Yeah. Enjoyed it greatly.
So Kevin's getting attacked. No one's coming to help. He gets handcuffed to the ropes. They're gonna beat him up. No one's coming to help. Did you guys ever see the South Park episode, the Wrestling Takedown Federation thing, or that episode of South Park?
Where the guys want to join the wrestling team, but they think it's WWE, not... Yeah, I've seen it.
And they do their version of wrestling. It reminded me of that. Like, if the scene was, we're tying up Kevin Steen to railway tracks, we're all surrounded. Like, there's a million people like just standing around in a circle watching Roman Reigns tie up Kevin Steen and put him on the railway tracks, and no one's doing anything about it. This is more like a play, where on stage, they're doing the thing. Kevin Steen is putting, Roman's putting Kevin Steen on a stage, railway tracks, and we're expecting like a train that's not gonna come because this is a fucking play. A train's gonna come and run them over, and Sammy has to like try and stop it. I'm not really into this type of angle. This is not my type of wrestling. I got bored of it, and I'm not really interested in anything that happens, honestly.
I am very into it. I enjoyed it greatly. I love everybody involved. I really like the Jey Uso aspect.
I like all these wrestlers. I just didn't like the angle.
The angle was very well received overall, which I think is, that's good. And then again, just the pop for Sam.
I mean,
huge,
incredible.
Huge pop.
Yeah, it was a huge pop.
I thought that the angle was good.
I'm glad that Sammy's getting
match
this now,
was
because
good.
like there was years where like he just sort of became a jobber, like a glorified jobber for a couple years, and it's fucking Sami Zayn. How good he is. He should not be doing that. So it's good that he's finally getting something like this.
So where are they at WrestleMania? In fact, where are they at next week?
So main event of WrestleMania night one's gonna be Fight Without Honor. Tommy Rich versus Nick Gage. They're gonna finally settle the feud that's gonna start next week on Raw.
Okay.
Night two, they're gonna do the Domino's pizza cutter match. Next, Nick Gage is gonna fight Bray Wyatt, and they're gonna fight. It's gonna be a cinematic match. They're gonna fight in a giant pizza box, and they're gonna have like meatballs and Nick Gage will throw pepperoni shit at Bray Wyatt, like to try and slice them like Oddjob did to James Bond and GoldenEye. They'll do that.
Well, I met with the Usos, and
I feel like we're probably gonna get Jimmy and Solo versus Kevin and Sammy at some point. But I don't know how Jay factors into it, though.
WrestleMania is at LA, right? Hollywood?
Yeah.
So I imagine they're going to do, the way they set things up, they got to do Cody and Roman, and then Sami and Roman. I think if anyone's going to beat Roman, they'd have to do... Do you think they're going to put the title on Cody? What do you guys think? I mean, Roman's been champion long enough time. They need to get someone else over. Do you think they're gonna go with the Roman? I mean, do you think they're gonna go with Rhodes or?
I think Cody's gonna win the title.
Sami Zayn.
I don't know. Like everything I hear about business wise is that Cody is a massive star. that he's selling shirts like he's, you know, maybe not on Cena's level, but their top babyface. That, you know, I love Cody. I think a lot of people like Cody, but there's always that angle where the hardcore fans are fairly easy to turn on the fella. And pretty much everybody loves Sammy, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Personally, I would have Roman Reigns beat them both, but I say this to people all the time, and I think you will get this, Moose. You've heard David Lynch talk about Twin Peaks, about how the Laura Palmer murder was the great golden goose, and that solving it killed the show, right?
Yeah.
Roman Reigns' title reign is the thing driving interest in the entire wrestling business. The streak's over. CM Punk's already returned and nobody wants him back. I guess half the people want him back. But the fundamental question in wrestling right now is who's going to beat Roman Reigns for the title. And once you do it, you have to find a new question. I don't know what that is. I think the second they beat Roman, they're going to wish they didn't.
But that line of thinking goes against, you know, what traditionally drew in wrestling. It's not like, because you have to be able to lose but protect yourself so that people are interested in a rematch. Like,
but Roman Reigns is still not over, okay? People are like, oh, he's the best.
Yeah.
No, it's exactly like when he was in the Shield. The title reign is over. The angle is over. Roman Reigns is not over. They tried to turn him babyface last year, and fans were like, no.
Yeah, I think, you know, the people were like, I think, someone said this in the call. I don't know if it was Gopher, but, you know, people were saying, fuck you, Roman. And it seemed like finally it was happening at an appropriate moment.
Yeah.
Where it was adding to what was going on rather than...
It was like, he beat Undertaker,
you know,
so fuck you, Roman. This was, you know, he did an actual piece of shit heel thing. And so the crowd was reacting accordingly.
Yeah, you might be right. Like, they still have to, like, build Roman to where, you know, he's not Buddy Rogers where he's gonna lose a match, but in a way that's controversial. So you want to see the rematch. He has to have this persona where he's the emperor of WWE and like he's untouchable. You know,
but let's say Cody.
But we have, and it makes us ask, like, all right, who's gonna beat this guy? You know, that's the interesting story now.
Let's say Cody does beat him.
It might, and you're probably right. It'll be over once it happens.
Well, let's say Cody does beat him. Where do you go from there? Like, you've got 6 months, whatever, to build to Roman versus Sammy. What's the next thing?
Who? See, we don't. We're keeping Gunther for SummerSlam, right?
Yeah, but Cody and Gunther is not driving interest. Like, the ratings are going to plummet. I love Cody, but, you know...
Well, not if you make good television, I'd say. You know? Maybe SummerSlam would be Cody and Brock, because, you know, Brock's the name.
I hate Brock.
That would probably be a bigger seller, although it would be a lot worse than Cody versus Gunther, probably. I still enjoy Brock from time to time. You could still put on some, like that one match. Who the fuck did he have that match with? Where like was it Roman? Where he had like the thing where he lifted the ring with the tractor?
Yeah. That was Roman.
That was one I expected to hate, and then I ended up enjoying it greatly.
Well, the thing with Brock is that you go into every match going, I'm pretty sure he's going to win. It's Brock. He wins everything.
Guys, I mean, we're talking, like, what's ended up going to happen is, like, Saudi Arabia is funding WWE, so we're going to have the title change there. It's going to be, like, fucking Bobby Lashley defeating Roman Reigns at the show.
Fuck Mansoor. Come on.
Yeah.
We're going to have Andre the Giant win.
All right. Repackage Otis as Andre the Giant.
Guys, it's almost been 2 hours we've been recording. This is the longest episode of On Top of the World ever.
Not the longest ever.
Just like Gunther, we got a new record.
I think we've done over 2 hours before.
Actually, that was when we had Robert Shields on, and that was WrestleMania.
Because that was like
so if you want to break the record, we gotta have Ian and some maybe Razor on for WrestleMania or something. Because that episode is the most downloaded episode on Spotify with like 140 something downloads.
Wow.
Fucking Robert Shields brings the ratings.
Hell yeah.
He was supposed to be our first 2-time guest. He ended up getting the timing. The timing ended up being. He thought we were supposed to be recording it.
I didn't check Facebook.
He thought we were supposed to record an hour later. So, but now Ian gets the great honor of being our first 2-time person.
This has been a while.
Well deserved.
Yes. I mean, you did make the wonderful artwork.
But you promised you were going to note me as a Royal Rumble expert, so...
You are the Royal Rumble expert. By the way, it's Ian, Royal Rumble expert.
He forgot. He forgot.
We got there eventually.
He's the Royal Rumble expert. Like, I've only seen like 5 of them, maybe.
I've seen plenty, but I don't fucking take the kind of notes that Ian takes. Like he put some time and effort into it.
I was just hoping for Tommy Rich to like come out.
You don't even like Tommy Rich. It's just a meme.
Not anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like it'd be like it'd just be amazing. Like thing to even happen. Like the time Titus O'Neil slipped at that the greatest Royal Rumble and fucking
just
went under the ring.
Right. If they would have had Dominic come out and raise number instead of using up another number, they could have got Kazarni.
True.
Okay. They could have got Kazarni, and Kazarni won that Rumble that fucking John Cena Jr. was in. So he has a big Rumble.
He won.
Yeah. He won to earn the right to face Jake Roberts, but then Jake Roberts was attacked by 2 people, a Vet Club, I believe.
Apocalypse and future NWA World Champion Tim Storm.
And so Kazarni came to his save, and they had a tag team match instead.
Kazarni.
And we got to see Jake. We got to see Jake Roberts do the worst DDT I've ever seen in my life. Which he's Jake Roberts, so he's old, so I can forgive him for it. But,
that's one of the few. That's one of the few times you're happy for the bait and switch. They advertised the Battle Royale winner versus Jake Roberts, and I think they did something better.
Tag match was definitely more fun than it would have been to get Kazarni versus Jake Roberts in 2016.
Talk about Jake Roberts. Do you remember when they brought him back for the 96 Royal Rumble, and that popped the number, so they thought Jake was a big star and brought him back, and they realized, maybe people just like the little nostalgia pop, and they want him there every week.
Jake.
Like Jake Roberts, we were talking about him on the Discord chat. Like 1 or 2 days ago, he took credit for The Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, and Steve Austin being a big star. Like, whatever, dude.
I didn't see that. I just saw him saying Ospreay is closer to being a GOAT than Shawn Michaels and Ric Flair. Or not Ospreay, Kenny Omega, right. Sorry.
Jake Roberts a goof.
I agree with that, with what he said, but I don't think he actually believes it.
No, there's no way he believes it. First, like I said, and nobody answered me, does anybody on Earth believe he actually watched Omega in Japan?
I don't.
No, I don't think so.
No
chance. I don't think that happened.
Yeah.
He's too busy drinking his own piss.
Exactly. Anyway, this has been On Top of the World. So, Snoops, what's going on with Gopher and Tuck? It's sort of the same thing we said last week.
We're just Pokemon Sun, Randomized Nuzlocke on Mondays, Little Nightmares on Wednesdays, the High on Life on Fridays for the YouTube, and then on Twitch we stream stuff, we do things. I was gonna say Tuesday and Thursday this week, but then I remembered this podcast isn't coming out for like another 7 or 6 days, so it'll be whatever the fuck we're streaming that week. Yeah.
Wait, talking about we're doing this live. we're talking to people's heads. This is happening as we speak.
This is the Top of the World live. You inject it straight into your veins.
Exactly. With our pal Ian,
Royal Rumble expert, noted Royal Rumble expert.
Can I get a graphic of that? Royal Rumble expert.
Good.
I got Microsoft Paint. I can do something. Anyway, we're sponsored by www.w.gg. They make very good energy
and
powders.
Not as good cups, but get the energy powders.
And to save 10%, just type in Gopher Tuck, or even
Link in the
easier,
description.
on the YouTube link in the description.
Automatically applies code.
And if you want to follow what I'm doing, join Gopher's Discord. If you want, you can also join mine. It's listed on my site, www.joshuajhadley.com. And Ian just wants to be left alone by you, cretins, plebs. No, I'm kidding. All up to the listeners. Ian's, he just likes watching the Rumble and wanted to talk to you about.
The only thing I have to promote is that I am a Royal Rumble expert.
Noted.
If you would like to book me on your podcast to be a Royal Rumble expert, please send money to Moose, and he'll work it out.
Exactly.
How much money? Money.
A money amount of money.
A money amount of money.
A money amount of money. This has been On Top of the World, and thanks for listening, everyone. Have a good rest of your day.
Goodbye.
So long.